Today, we're talking all about Mr. Triple Single himself, Draymond Green. You know, you love him or you hate him, you appreciate him, or you want Adam Silver to ban him. And I'm not here to bash the man, but I've got to tear down these arguments that kids are making about him. Because if you're like me, you've got at least one basketball group chat with a few Golden State Warriors so-called die-hard fans. And they will literally run through brick walls for this man. And I'm gonna upset all of them today. We've got a lot of facts to address about Mr. Triple Single from start to finish, so let's eat some hoops. Now, to start off, the fact is that the Warriors franchise has enjoyed the most success of any team in the NBA over the last decade. But now, things have clearly taken a turn for the worse. When things were going good, everyone was on the Draymond train, and he could do no wrong. But now that the team is collapsing, it's finally time for fans to recognize him for who he truly is. A man who's been in the back of the bus while Steph, Clay, and KD took time to drive him around. Even though Draymond made the most absurd claim to be the best defensive player in the history of the NBA, the stats say a completely different thing. And believe me, numbers don't lie. For those who want to argue, did you know that every single offensive big that Draymond Green has ever guarded in the playoffs averaged their career high or second highest career numbers against him? Example, AD in his second season, basically a rookie, gave him 31.5 in 2015, his second highest career record. Sabonis gave him 16 in 2023, his playoff career high. Jaren Jackson, as a baby in his second season in 2022, gave Draymond 19, his playoff high. And the list goes on. So you tell me, how is it that this defensive genius is getting torched by every offensive big in the playoffs? Here's another question that you need to answer. Why is it that the greatest defender in the history of the NBA has never been tasked with the job of guarding the best offensive player, especially those of similar height? Why isn't Draymond guarding guys like Luka, Bron, Kawhi, PG? If he's as great as you think, why does Iguodala have a Finals MVP trophy for guarding LeBron? Shouldn't Draymond, the greatest defender in the history of the NBA, have that MVP trophy? Shouldn't he have been asked to guard LeBron? Case in point. Over the years, it really seems as if fans and media have been taking one or even two good Draymond defensive clips from a game and saying, oh, look at this one good play from the entire game. Draymond is such a good defender. Stop it. Listen, I try to weigh both sides and hear perspectives from everyone, but I bet you Draymond fans are still holding on to their mantra, not everything shows up in the stats. He has great IQ. Well, does he really? Let's really talk basketball IQ. Was it great IQ to chase the best player the franchise has ever known out with your mouth? KD said in a public interview that the words Draymond shouted at him played a part in his decision to leave the Warriors. Even Bob Myers, the Warriors GM at the time, told reporters that he was ready to back up the Brinks truck for KD for whatever deal he wanted. Was it also high basketball IQ when he punched that poor boy in the face so hard it knocked him all the way to Washington with no game? I digress. The point is that a lot of NBA fans are realizing that the Draymond era of hiding behind and being carried by the Splash Bros is done. With the team barely making the play-in and losing Clay, Draymond's true game is on full display. Speaking of the Splash Bros, I'll make the bold statement that a lot of people know but don't want to admit. The Splash Brothers and social media made Draymond Green's career. I mean, look at these numbers. 5 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in a game. 6-1-5. 4-6-4? This isn't a knock on Draymond. The man is in the freaking NBA. But if you're statistically looking at this, why has he actually blown up on socials, gotten media attention, and more? There are so many guys in the league who play much better. Heck, there are so many guys on his team who played better. God forbid he cracks double digits in scoring. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists. Oh my, Draymond was killing them tonight. If Embiid, AD, Giannis, or any other good center or forward had stats like those, it's considered an average or even a poor game for them. But for Draymond, dude just moved history. Again, he has had some good games. Great triple-doubles, 30-plus point games in the playoffs. But let me ask you this. If Draymond played in any other era when no social media existed, what would be his legacy? It's a good point, no? Would he even have a legacy? I'll do you one better. If Draymond played on any other team in the NBA for his career, would he be at the same beloved level in the hearts of the fans? I admit, he fits in the Warriors system when they had Steph and Klay shooting the lights out, or even when they had KD as a cheat code, but which other team in the league was set up like that? He was drafted to Golden State, and since then, he has done a good job of understanding the system and fitting in where his skill set was needed, which brings me what I do need to admit. I do think he has a certain set of skills that are useful and perhaps sometimes invaluable to the team. But what I won't do is act like he is some extraordinary player. I've always said that I can't view him as the final part of a big three for the Steph and Klay duo because while he is good at a lot of things on the court, he wasn't really great at any one thing. Think about it. Like, really think about it. Can you think of one single thing in the game that you can say Draymond Green is consistently great at? Not good, great. He's not a great rebounder. He's not a great shooter. He's not a great scorer. He's not a floor general. He's not a great defensive stopper, as I showed you earlier. He's not a great slasher, post player. So what is he great at? My point is, can you really consider him as a great of the game if the only thing he's great at is getting texts? Real question, guys. Is Draymond Green's game a scam? Like, think about it. How did Draymond make so many all-star teams? This is wild if you actually dig into it. See, when the Warriors were on top of the league, the Splash Bros and Draymond were the hottest selling ticket in the association. And when sales have opportunity to grow, the NBA takes advantage. They saw an opportunity to capitalize on the marketing, so to push viewership and ratings, they had to put him in the All-Star lineup. Don't forget, guys, the NBA is an entertainment business at the end of the day. It's whatever sells. And for whatever reason, Draymond was selling at that time. Now, I can admit he did earn his spot in the 2016 All-Star game, but he certainly was not better than Cat or LaMarcus Aldridge in 2017. He wasn't better than B.I. in 22, and he definitely was not better than Paul George or Blake Griffin in 2018. I don't know how else I can say it, guys. I really don't think he can go back to being the beloved glue guy that fans saw. And just like this video, the Draymond Green era is done. Finito. Kick me in the groin or stomp on my chest in the comments. I'm ready for you. Ball is life.